Good evening everyone and welcome to Gavra Racing. This is the Clio Cup round 4 here at Le Mans, Bugatti, here at the famous home of motorsport at Le Mans. Of course, we're not using the full track tonight. As you can see, 14 turns for the drivers to go around tonight, and it is going to be wet. Apparently it is going to be a wet session, certainly for the race, and you don't want to hear me in the background once again. But for those of you who are joining in for the first time, I'm JamesHead14. I am your solo commentator for tonight. If there's any interruptions in the comment section in the party, I do apologise, because that is not my fault at all, as we are going to the session now. And let me put the stream link out to some of my guys that want to watch this race, and then I'll take you through the championship standings. So that is done. Let me take you then through the championship standings for the Clio Cup after 3 rounds, which was Zolder last week, of course, in that dramatic race and run to the line. We have got, as I'll go on board with Two-Stroke Germany, who's going to be out on track first. We've got Steve Bodum leading the championship at the minute on 69 points. So 69 points for Steve Bodum. It's a gap of 14 points to Randalux in second with 55 points. Led the Iron is third, another 2 points behind on 53. Bessar is on 52 points in fourth. He's got an LLP1, but it's not to be served. Two-Stroke Germany is already mowing the grass there out on track. So Bessar is fourth on 52. Then a gap of 10 points to Pure Drive in fifth on 42. Lek in sixth. You won't be seeing him in this session because he has got a practice ban. He's got an LLP2, which essentially means he can't practice and conquer his practice in, so you'll be seeing him in qualifying instead. 52, he is on 41 points. Duke Martin is in behind him on 34 points in 7th. King Quinn and Nick on 31. Matteo in 9th on 29, and Big Smokes Cheese in 10th on 24. And he's got an LLP2, which is a practice ban, but it doesn't need to be served this race, because I do believe it's already been served last week in Zolder. Motormouth has got an LLP2 for tonight, so he won't be out on track in this practice session. He's on 20 points, and we see Two-Stroke Germany losing it there. And speaking of Two-Stroke Germany, he's in 12th in the standings on 19 points. Percy in 13th on 15. GJDM in 14th on 13 points. Jukebox Hero on 9 points in 15th. And then Manic UK and 4 points in 16th, and that is the rundown of the field tonight. There's 4 viewers tuning in. Thank you very much to those who are tuning in. I can see some of the comments coming through. Evening Geordie and evening Kevin, who are joining us in the comment section so far. So let's take you on board then with a lap. We don't want to quit the session, goodness me, that'll look so bad from a professional point of view. Led the Iron lap time validate, and Gavra has left the session, which is not great. Of course, we did have a few issues last week with the race in Zolder. We did eventually get there. The stream was more than an hour long. Hopefully it won't be an hour long tonight, but Two-Stroke Germany, as it comes through the S's, now turning right, not going onto the main track, of course. We are going into the infield circuit here. There is also a karting track, I do believe, here at Le Mans, which is really interesting indeed. As they essentially go for a drift session through there. Two-Stroke Germany and somebody else ahead of him there. And Two-Stroke Germany clearly going quicker because he's on a lap. And Two-Stroke Germany, probably one of the most unluckiest drivers, I think, this season. He's always been well up there in the pace within qualifying, but in the race he's just not proved it at the minute. Hopefully that will change tonight. There's a massive straight here, by the way, going through sector 2. There's Le Mans logos, plenty of people. Little S chicane this, similar to what we see at the Circuit of the Americas track. Nürburgring Sprint is the next track, for those wondering where we're going to be going next week, which I think might be my final race for a couple of weeks, because I'm going to be elsewhere doing TTG commentary for Mini League for F1, so somebody else might have to step into the fray for 2 weeks, but then I'll be back to cover the final 3 rounds of the season, I do believe. But Two-Stroke Germany coming across the line, 153.8, so not a bad lap, and already matched there by Vanderlux in behind with 52.8. So one of the championship contenders, currently sitting in second on 55 points in the standings. Vanderlux has gone second. Let me have a look then at your comments. Who do you think is going to win the game this evening? Definitely not Sunderland because I'm not playing. But I think for the race tonight, I think looking down at the order and looking down at who's been doing well, I think Bessar could have a good chance round here at Le Circuit Bugatti, because I just feel like he's been producing some good performances this season. I think Bessar is in fourth. He's only 17 points off the top. Steve Boredom, of course, leading the championship on 69 points. But there's a real cluster for second to fourth. 3 points separating. It can go either way. I think Bessar could really thrive tonight around this track. So we are already 5 minutes through this practice session, and Vanderlux is still top. We're currently on board with him going around the lap. And I do believe he was 10th up through the first sector. So that is not too bad at all for Vanderlux. But one of our major, one of our big championship contenders, of course, Vanderlux. And he hopes to be having a good performance. I think he might finish like second here tonight, if I've got to be honest. 52.8 currently is his personal best. Practice, of course, I think they'll go quicker than this in qualifying. It's normally the case that I've seen this season where they do go qualifying. As pure drive Duke Martin, Vanderlux has just had their lap time invalidated due to track limits as well. Just got to be careful. Coming through turns 13 and 14, this is a double right-hander. If you go wide here, I love that series of corners, the final two corners, then you're onto the main straight again. 14 turns, a very, very short, it's a very long track. I'm not sure how many laps we've got tonight. Let me just confirm. 16 laps tonight. It is going to be overcast in qualifying, and then we have got rain in the race. It's going to be a wet race tonight, which is going to be very interesting because it's going to be my first ever wet race commentary apart from Gavra Academy Red Bull Ring last season. So it's going to be my second Gavra Racing commentary, or my first Gavra Racing commentary. It's going to be my second commentary in the wet. Hopefully there won't be any crashes like there was the last time I commentated on the wet race, because goodness me, there was quite a few collisions out on track and there's quite a few people losing control of their cars, which is not great. Of course, we do want to see everyone keep them within the white lines, especially in heavy rain conditions, which there will be, of course, in qualifying tonight. Let me have a look then at some of your comments coming through. Of course, this is a free practice session, so if you've got any questions from us, tune in to the stream and ask me some, because I'm a very friendly person in the commentary box. It's only me by myself, so I'll be trying to keep on top of both the thingy. And if you do want to jump ship, there is other racing on tonight. My good friend from TTG Esports, Kieran McGinley, is commentating on the GT4 series at Monza tonight. So if you want to tune in after this, then feel free, give him a bit of support, because he is such a really nice guy. Give him some support in there, and I'm sure if he looks at the stream back, he'll see that I've given him a mention out on stream as well, which is fantastic indeed. And yeah, Gavra GT4 round 11. Goodness me, they're going through rapidly in the GT4s. We're not going through rapidly, this is only round 4, there's still plenty of time to crown the winner of the championship. Steve Boredom, speaking of championship leader, he is on top in this practice session with a 1:52.5 at the minute. I haven't had a chance to go around this track, so I can't really say for definitively what the sort of laps will be around here. I think a 52, maybe a low, a very high 51 could be on the cards tonight. I think Steve Boredom has probably got this. Definitely, Gavra's just joining in and disconnecting, which is not great. But everything looking fine from the stream's end, hopefully. And when we went into... The problems really started from last week, when we went from free practice into the qualifying session and then qualifying into the race. Just disconnected. I think it was people disconnecting in between the time of the session, so it wasn't that great at all. But at the minute, 1.5 tenths up, Steve Boldham, and 52.5 at the minute. Of course, we are not going to be seeing either Lek or Motormouth in the session. I think Bessar and Bessar's not been out on track yet, I don't think either. Let the Iron has been out on track, but saying he's in the pits, which is quite strange. I swear he didn't settle that. Anyway, Steve Boldham about to come across the line here. Finishes lap, goes quicker, 52.3. Two Truck Germany invalidating quite a few times there down at the bottom in the race feed. If you're wondering what speeds these cars can reach around this track, I think 120 mile an hour I think is an eye-on possibility. 115 through the first two corners, going down into the braking zone of the chicane. And of course Le Mans is one of those famous tracks. It is world famous, and I think a couple of days ago the driving list was released for the Le Mans Series 24-hour race, and there's some very interesting names in there from the world of F1. Guido van der Garde I know is going to be performing. There's quite a few drivers that's going to be driving in there. Pure Driver's gone quickest with 52.348, 52.370 for Steve Boldham, 200 separating the top two at the minute. And he's going 200s quickest, so keep an eye on this one. With about 4 minutes left in the session. Where is King Quinn? King Quinn is there. He's in 5th with a 53.217 at the minute. 8.5 tenths off is King Quinn. And of course, he is teaming up. He's in the same liveried car as Randalux. But I don't think they're teaming up. I could be mistaken. Oh, yeah, they are teaming up, sorry. They are in BM Racing. Randalux and King Quinn, so the two Dutchmen obviously going to be setting some good times here. And we'll keep an eye on King Quinn actually. I know Randalux is ahead there, and I know Pure Drive is just in between both of them, so I'll keep an eye on Randalux. I'll keep an eye on Pure Drive, then I'll go back to King Quinn and just see. Steve Boldham has invalidated his laps. Plenty of lap times getting invalidated here with the track limits. Not great to see, but as long as we don't see them, that'd be great. Pure Drive then around the final two corners. Not sure how he rolls through the middle sector as we cut across. Randalux has gone quickest though with a 51.8, so instead of 51.9 could be possible to 51.8. And Pure Drive, I think, didn't improve there. He did not improve. King Quinn across the line doesn't go any quicker than 53.2 at a minute. 3 minutes of practice left. And of course, 5-minute qualifying will take place after this, so not only are we getting a 15-minute practice session, we are getting a 5-minute quali and then a 16-lap race. Yeah, 16-lap race. Just checking and double confirming at a minute. And for all three races this season, for one of your, if you're a Stack fan like me, we have got Let the Iron, Randalux and Steve Boldham all have won this season so far, so 3 different winners in each of the 3 races that have taken place. 3 different countries as well. I think that's Danish, Dutch and Swiss, as King Quinn just goes off track into the gravel there. Great to see. Pole position as well. Pure Drive, Randalux, 2 Truck Germany is on top at the minute in the pole positions with 1 pole position each. Could be very different if we have somebody. I'm going to go on board with Steve Boldham then, with 2 minutes to go in the session. And then podiums, Bessar, Randalux and Steve Boldham have all scored 2 podiums, with Lek, Let the Iron and Pure Drive all scoring 1 podium so far. So that is just to run you through a little bit of the rundown into the thingy. Special events. Nürburgring Sprint is a night race. Steve Boldham has came into the pits. Must have been afraid to get caught on stream there. Pure Drive now in the final corner. Currently sitting in second with a 52.3. Is he improving this lap? Let's find out. Coming across the line. Doesn't improve again. 1 minute and 15 seconds left. So these guys will be on their final lap. These guys are just coming across the line now. We'll have a final lap in them. Got 6 drivers that are not out on track at the minute. Looks like Randalux is done for his session. He's going to be top of the timing sheet. Somebody is off track there. Getting out of the way. Don't know who that is. Parked off track. Is that Bessar by any chance? Nope, Bessar is there. He's just started a lap actually. Let's keep on board with him. Keep on board with him with 45 seconds to go in the practice session. And in between formation lap and in between practice and qualifying, I'd like to see your predictions, top 3 predictions in the comment section please. And I don't mind how wild and wacky they are, as long as it's a top 3 prediction. I will of course accept it, and we'll see who's right at the end. But looking at the minute, I think if I was to judge it from practice, I think pretty much the top 3 would be nailed on, plus 2-stroke Germany I think could be nailed on for podium, for pole position here, as we are about to reach the end of the session, the practice session. 15 minutes done, race complete. 90-second timer will now run down towards the end. People are now going off their laps. Well, we've only got 5 out on track. He would drive 2-stroke Germany, Duke Martin, Percy and Bessar, who we're currently on board with, who is approaching the end of the middle sector. Duke Martin invalidating his time there, which is not great. And 2-stroke Germany as well invalidating his time. There'll be a lot of that on the race feed, I imagine, coming into qualifying. We've now only got 3 out on track: Duke Martin, Percy and Bessar. There is Percy. So Duke Martin is first. He's literally just came across the line. I think he improved there, 53.282. Percy is next. Sorry, not Percy. Bessar is next. Final 2 corners. This is one and only lap of the session. I think he had a time limit of 5 minutes possibly on his lap. He has gone across the line, invalidated the lap. Percy then is the only one to come across the line with 25 seconds to go roughly in pits. Duke Martin's just got to come off track as well and come back into the pits, and that'll be done with the session. Percy coming across the line. Is he going to improve on a 1:59.9? He does. He jumped up to 10th with a 57.793. 5.9 seconds off the pace, but I think he'll be very close to the end. Practice session is over, and here are the rundown of the times. Randelux top, Pure Drive second, Steve Burnham third, 2-stroke Germany in fourth, King Quinn fifth, Duke Martin in sixth, Matteo 7th, Manic, GJDM and Percy your top 10. I didn't get enough time to read out the rest. Qualifying session is straight underway. There is no time and no room for error. So I nearly caused a bit of an error there by leaving the session again. We've got the first cars coming out on track. There's Steve Bolden coming out on track, championship leader. So we'll ride on board with him as they get their tyres warmed up for this session. Let me have a look at your comments then before we start this qualifying session. 2 cars coming side by side coming out the pits there in the background of shot. So let me have a look at the thingy. T-Hawk is coming in. T-Hawk, one of my GHR drivers actually. I run a league called Global Hub Racing. I may as well get a little bit of a plug in there now before I get taken off stream. And he's commenting, looks quite interesting. Can't wait to see what GHR's Project Cars season will look like. And I can't reveal anything on this stream, I'm afraid, because I'm committed to Gavra Racing tonight. But it's very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. And there he is. That was King Quinn. I think Jody was after there. Get your predictions in. Get your top 3 predictions in. You can go wild and wacky. 16 drivers out on track, which is great to see. Full attendance once again for the Clio Cup. Well received attendance here. Let me check on how GT4s are getting on. There's some of my some of the drivers that I covered in thingy are in there. And there's hardly anybody that I know in there from Gavra Academy from previous seasons as well as this season. But Steve Bowden is going to be first to set a lap. He is going to be coming round into the final couple of corners, going through turn 12, then into turn 13, which is the first double right-hander, first of the 2 double right-handers, if it is, turn 13, and then going through turn 14 now to end off his formation lap, and he's going to be coming onto the lap now. So Steve Bowden sets about going on to his lap. Can the championship leader set pole position here and claim his second pole position? I will read out the team standings when we go into the race. I forgot to pick up on the team standings there. I'll confirm who was leading that in due course. But Steve Boredom coming through the S section, running downhill now into the right-hander. You don't go straight on here, right down the kink, where it cuts off to the left-hand side of the camera shot there. And of course you'll be going onto the main track used by the LMP cars for Le Mans 24 hours, which is only a month away. Le Mans 24 hours is only a month away, and I'm going to be very intrigued as to see who will win. I'm going to predict it now, a month out, by saying Fernando Alonso's team is going to win. He's also with, I think it's Kazuki Nakajima and somebody else. Put down in the comments here, because I can't remember both their names, but Alonso I think will do the business. And of course he is in the Indy 500 at the minute, is Fernando Alonso, and he had a crash earlier on. So if anybody was watching the Indy 500, I think I've just ruined your night here tonight. But Steve Boredom then on a lap coming through, 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this qualifying section. It does go by very quick, especially around this track. You're only going to get at least a lap in with probably about 55 seconds, I would say, coming across the line. Not really ample amount of time. Maybe a 10-minute qualifying session could have done some of these guys better, but Steve Boredom then coming across the line. He's going to be first to set of time. I think Pure Drive might be behind him out on track. Steve Boredom across the line. 50, did he invalidate there? He must have invalidated because it hasn't appeared with his lap. There's Pure Drive 52.1 out on top. That's Big Smoke's Cheese. We don't want to go on board with him. There's Steve Boredom. Duke Martin through the final two corners. On board with the Australian. See how he's going to do around here. Comes across the line, goes 7, 53.6. Quite very close knit qualifying session so far. Bessar. Who did I say for the will do well on this track? Bessar, 55 55.4. 51.4 I should say, not 55.4. 51.4 for Bessar. Fantastic lap by Bessar, and looks like he's going to be on top of the session. Unless somebody can improve. Percy coming around the final corner for his lap. Qualifying's ended. Got now just over 2 minutes to complete another lap. Percy goes slowest third of everyone. Jukebox Hero. Oh, he's just gone set at 2:12.7. Not great there at all. I do apologise about the black box coming in the top left-hand side of your screen there. I haven't got my notifications off. Big Smokes Cheese comes across the line. He goes 13th with a 2:04. Clear to me some of the pace difference around here is quite vast. Bessar, Randalux, Pure Drive is the top three at the minute. And there is Randalux on a lap. Can he go well? King Quinn, his teammate by the way, is in 9th. And I will confirm the team standing very, very soon indeed. Because it is very close between 4 teams really. 5. Maybe the top 7 is... The top 7 is covered by 42 points. 42 points covering the team standings, and I will confirm who's leading those team standings in about 70 seconds. Randalux coming into the pits. Hopefully that's where we're not going to be seeing people going... Right, and Bessar, by the way, has gone even quicker. 50.9 from Bessar. What a lap. Pure Drive has already came across the line. So has Led the Iron, who I think might have improved there actually. Mannix came across the line. Matteo is going to be the final driver to come across the line. He's currently sitting in 8th. Can he improve up the field? Oh, not with that. Out wide, taking the last corner. Runs it through. Didn't take that final corner quite flat. Matteo across the line. He improves up to 7th. So a nice lap there by Matteo. And that is qualifying over. Bessar on top. Randalux 2nd, Pure driving 3rd. I will confirm the timings very, very soon in about 10 seconds time. There we go, qualifying session is now over. And I will confirm standings now. Bessar, Randalux, Pure Drive, Duke Martin, Two-Stroke Germany, Led the Iron, Matteo, Manic, King Quinn, Lek, GGDM, Percy, Big Smokes Cheese, Jukebox Hero, Motormouth, and Steve Boredom. Right down at the back, the championship leader, right down at the back of the field. Absolutely unbelievable. Now we're just waiting for people to ready up now. So I will confirm the team standings then, as we've got about 2 minutes to go until the race starts. Of course, everyone's sinking in and getting ready and whatever. So, CRCP Racing is currently on top. There's the rain falling out on track as everyone spawns in. CRCP Racing, so that's Multimeth and Steve Boredom on 89 points. BM Racing in second with King Quinn and Randalux on 86. Italian Clio Racing, Bessar and Matteo, third on 81. Led in Germany Racing, great team name. Led the Iron and Two-Stroke Germany, 72 points in fourth. WDE Motorsport, Pig Smokes Cheese and Lek, fifth on 65. Mist Racing in sixth, that's Percy and Pure Drive on 56 points. G Duke Racing, a great name again. Duke Martin and GJDM, 47 points in seventh. And Vane Racing bringing up the rear, Jukebox Hero and Manic, 13 points. Jukebox Hero, very unlucky, I think, in the first two races of the season, certainly. Donington and Catalonia, but we've got a full grid for tonight. Absolutely fantastic. Put down in the comments who you want to win. I think Bessard's going to take all the beating here, to be honest. Really looks strong in qualifying, and if he is 9/10 a lap quicker from the rest of the field, then who knows what is going to happen here. Bit of an awkward camera shot, actually, coming off the start. And not full grandstands on the left-hand side of the grid, but it is raining and it does look like it's a little bit dry out on track, but I'm not even going to say that. It is wet out on track. Big Smokes Cheese is disconnected. Yeah, so Big Smokes Cheese is disconnected from the race, which is a shame. We're down to 15 now. That's one less driver for Steve Boredom, I guess, to worry about coming from the back to try and do the impossible. And if he produces the impossible here, then, my God, deserves to be champion coming into this. But we are sinking. The 3 light sequence is about to come on. There we go, there's the light sequence. Radical Racing. Yeah. Lights down, away we go. And Randalux has got a good start. Pure Drive and Bessar in behind. Look at the square being kicked up already. So Randalux gets the jump. We drive a second. Ooh, there's been a bit of contact in the background. That's Steve Boredom, I think. That was Steve Boredom. It's unbelievable. But Randalux leading. Pure Drive second, Bessar in third. At the minute, running down into the S section for the first time. Coming to the end of the first second. Oh, Randalux going wide. A much better run-off compared to Pure Drive, who takes the deeper line into the apex of the corner. Steve Boredom Lek. Percy, by the way, was involved in that first corner melee, and Percy has came off the worst out of those guys. Dick Hatchet in the background. Ooh my God, they're all running wide through the left-hander there. Goodness me. And the looks 9/10 clear. Pushing the braking zone. Down into second gear, 50 mile an hour being taken through there. Very cautious indeed. And looks like has led the Iron going from move action on Duke Martin. Bessar from the lead has dropped down from first down to fifth. So Bessar down to fifth. There is Bessar. I do apologise about my quietness, by the way, because my parents are going to sleep. But Randalux coming through the S section, leading the way. Somebody's just going wide a little bit. That looked like Two-Stroke German and GGJM possibly going a little wide in the background of shot. Somebody's trying to go up the inside. That's Matteo, I think, on Manic. You've got his name there. But at the end of lap 1, it's going to be this guy, Randalux, second in the championship, has got the best start out the whole lot. And Randalux is into the lead. Coming across for the first time, 206.1. Obviously those lap times will drop down significantly. Percy, a Pure Drive, sorry, is in second, not Percy. Led the Iron is in third, with Duke Martin in fourth. Not many battles going on. We'll keep on board with Pure Drive though in a minute, because he is catching Randalux under the brakes. Through the S section, the goal really attacking action. It seems like the car in front does struggle, might carry a little bit more ballast compared to some of the guys that are behind. Pure Drive tries to go up the inside. Oh, Vanderlux running wide. Pure Drive, inside line might work here. Side by side. Vanderlux has just got the traction off the corner around the outside. And I think he's going to come out on top. He's got the inside line. He should have this into turn 4-5. And Vanderlux keeps the lead for now. Pure Drive, it's just difficult to see him behind. Let the Iron's getting a little bit closer in third. Bessel's up to fourth. Duke Martin has dropped down into fifth. With Malik in sixth, Mateo, Steve Bodum is up to eighth. As we see, Vanderlux defend the inside line. Pure Drive trying to go all the way around the outside. Not a bad tactic, you know, in these conditions. Trying to go around the outside. Max Verstappen-esque at Brazil, of course. Motormouth, by the way, was caught up in some sort of early collision. 305.7 last time around, so he must have went off. Pretty much given up the goals from the get-go, which is not great. That's all. We don't like seeing drivers potentially giving up. But a five-way battle now for the lead beginning to develop. Vanderlux with 206.1 last time around. Pure Drive second, led the Iron in third. Bessar is the one to watch, I think, because he seems to be handling conditions better than some of the guys ahead of him. On board with Bessar actually in fourth. There is Pure Drive coming into the pits. So Pure Drive is into the pits. And I don't know why he's into the pits. Well, guess is as good as mine. There he is. There's no mechanics coming out in the pit lane for him, I don't think. I think he might have a drive-through penalty. I think he's jumped the start. I think Pure Drive has jumped the start. And has got a drive-through penalty, and I think he has. He must have. Yeah, he has. Drive-through penalty. As we see Bessar going around the outside, led the Iron, making a mistake. He's up to second. Bessar up to second, past led the Iron. Duke Martin now attacking just in behind. Side by side they run. Ooh. Come down in the braking zone on lap 3 out of 16. Vanderlux leading the way. Bessar was a lot quicker last time around. 2:09 compared with 2:02.3 last time around. Got Vanderlux leading. Bessar second. Led the Iron in third place at the minute. Then we have a look at the comment section at the minute, where we have a look on board with this battle for the lead. Or currently it's battle for fourth, which is beginning to develop. Which is actually a battle for third, because they led the Iron. Duke Martin, Bessar, getting very close into the double right-hander they go. Well, essentially what is a hairpin. Coming through nicely. Coming through nicely indeed, running down. Duke Martin seems to be getting close a bit later on the brakes there compared to led the Iron ahead of him. And Duke Martin is beginning to close him down. He's only a tenth, he's only 2/10 off. I wouldn't go for a move. That's not going to be his. Steve Bodum, by the way. Talking about the impossible, he's up to sixth. There he is. Championship leader, he's in sixth, and he's got ahead of two-stroke Germany and Mateo, who have dropped down the field as well. And Pure Drive after that drive-through came out 13, 14 seconds behind the leader. That's not too bad for him. Two-stroke Germany just going wide briefly in the background of shot. Vanderlux leads by 4/10. That gap's just diminishing a little bit because here comes Bessar. Could get him in the braking zone here. On to lap 4. Vanderlux leads. We've got 25% rest distance through. And Vanderlux making a mistake. Here's Bessar's opportunity. And he's going to go waltzing past him. There goes Bessar for the lead. Vanderlux making a mistake. He's got him. So Bessar leading the way on as I can't see Vanderlux. Led the Iron in third, right on the back of him now. Led the Iron, who's doing a sterling job in these wet conditions at the minute. Goes for the move down the inside. Down the inside, he's got his car alongside him. He's got the car ahead. 1,000 Cynic coming across. Vanderlux has got the traction off the corner though, I think. Side by side they run down the straight into turn 6. Yep, turn 6, which is the double right, now into turn 7, and Vanderlux keeps the inside line. I'll be taking the inside line through there. Steve Bodum just running wide there through camera shot. Mateo's just lost position to Germany. These two are going side by side actually. Mateo around the outside of him, getting the traction. Does he want to cut in front and let Two-Truck Germany see absolutely nothing in behind. Yes, he does. I mean, unbelievable. Three-way battle for second. Vanderlux leading this battle. Just led the Iron and Duke Martin right on the back of them. Bessar currently in front by 1.4 seconds. As I said at the beginning of this race, he might dominate around this track, and so far he is. The end of lap 4. Rain begin to... No, rain's not going to stop, is it? I was thinking the rain's going to stop. It's going to be like F1. Goodness me. Bessar across the line, much quicker last time around compared to Vanderlux. Let the Iron and Duke Martin work quicker than Vanderlux last time around. Malik's running well in 5th at the minute. 6th place, but we've got side by side between Matteo and Two Stroke Germany again. Two Stroke Germany's on the inside line going through turn 1. Matteo trying to hang around the outside. These two don't want to come into contact. Much later on the brakes, Two Stroke Germany, but that is why you do not brake there, because Matteo's got past him quite easily. You don't want to brake there at all. Oh, Vanderlux made a mistake. Vanderlux makes a similar mistake to what he did in qualifying, actually. He's now down to 4th and he's on the back foot. Maybe the tyres are just starting to struggle. Got plenty of fuel, so there's nothing there. Malik's running wide in the background. And Steve Baldwin 4.5 seconds off the pace. He's still in with a chance of winning this, Steve Baldwin, but he's got to get past Manik and he's got to try and fly between the guys in behind. Bessar, of course, still leading by 1.4 seconds. The gap has not really extended out much. 1.6 now. To let the Iron. Duke Martin, Vanderlux 3rd and 4th. Manik and Steve in behind as well, on the 8/10ths off each other. Oh, Duke Martin's much later on the brakes there, compared to let the Iron ahead of him. Multimouth is in the pits, by the way. Multimouth is into the pits. Clearly struggling. Might retire the car. Might get lapped here as well, so you might have to retire the car. As we're caught on board with Manik and Steve. Matteo and Two Stroke Germany still going quite close in behind as well. But Manik and Steve Baldwin, here comes Steve. Is he trying to go around the outside of the final 2 corners? Surely not. No, nowhere near him. Going to switch it to the inside line. Now there's contact. Taking a bit too much speed there, I think, Steve Baldwin. Let him go. Let him go. Good sportsmanship there. Good sportsmanship there by the current championship leader. Side by side running down the straight. Matteo and Two Stroke Germany again, 7th and 8th. Currently on lap 6 out of 16. If you're just tuning in, you've already missed quite a lot of the race. Bessar leads by 1.3 seconds. He was slower last time around because obviously he's the car, not running any slipstream or anything like that. Matteo trying to hang around the outside, but not going to work. Two Stroke Germany's got the move done, or has Matteo got the run off the corner? He has. Here comes Matteo running off the corner down the inside line into turn 3. Ooh. Matteo getting, Two Stroke Germany getting called very wide there. Matteo's up his inside. Fantastic battle going on between these two. Matteo and Two Stroke Germany currently in the championship standings. These two, Two Stroke Germany jumps up to the inside of Matteo there. 9th and 12th, separated by 10 points in the standings, these two. They're really going at it. And Steve Baldwin has run a little wide there. Manik's trying to get him. But Steve Baldwin pulling away in the straight line. And we've got Pure Drive passing a few now. He's gone past Lek there for 9th. Pure Drive and Lek now battling. 1.1 seconds for the lead. The Iron has jumped up to 2nd. Duke Martin's in 3rd. Vanderlux obviously with that mistake is in 4th. Here comes Pure Drive. Defending off Lek. Lek down his inside. Oh, I thought he was going to commit the car there. Pure Drive. Just picked up the penalty there, I'm not sure if he might have done one on leave the session there. Oh, goodness me, but lap 7 is about to begin. Come across the line again, there is Bessar. Multimouth, I think, has retired the car, by the way. He has retired the car, he's just sitting in his pit lane there. And going to retire the car and finish in 15th place by the seams of it. Not his day at all for Multimouth. So we have a battle for the lead developing though. Bessar led the Iron and Duke Martin for 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Never thought I'd be seeing these three I certainly thought I'd be seeing Bessar battling for the lead, but Let the Iron's doing a great job. After already scoring some podiums this season, of course. Let the Iron already scoring a podium this season. Jake Martin's just struggling now. Jake Martin's just losing touch with these front two as Bessar now begins to come under attack from the Iron. And that's why Jake Martin's losing time. Just running wide into the corner. Vanderlux is in fourth. In a world of his own at the minute. Steve Boredom 2 seconds behind him. Current championship leader. I think he's going to retain the championship lead coming into Nürburgring next week at the halfway stage in the season. I will just confirm, by the way, the dates for where I'm going to be absent. I will confirm that in the coming days to Gavra, so I'll make sure I'm aware, or he's aware that I will be commentating on a couple of races, but I will be back for the end of the season, of course, as I am needed with my esports team for F1. But Bessar, we approach halfway. Bessar 5/10. Again, closing down. 7/10 quicker last time around. Let the Iron, and 8/10 quicker. 9/10 quicker almost for Jake Martin there. Going great guns at the minute, these guys. As Bessar begins to come under attack, and I think Let the Iron wants to try and go for the move sooner rather than later here. Not the greatest tactic. We have seen collisions so far this season when drivers try to go up the inside and maybe just make contact with the driver ahead. We don't want to see that. As Bessar leads Let the Iron. Jake Martin is dropping off now. Mind you, he was only 2 seconds off the lead, but still. There is Vanderlux, by the way, in fourth. Steve Boredom, Manic, T-Struck Germany, Matteo, Pure Drive, and Lek. Top 10. Jukebox Hero, King Quinn, and the lights in behind. Steve Boredom's trying to get closer now to Vanderlux. Let's see. Oh, I thought we saw a mistake in the lead there on the mini-map, but we didn't. It's Bessar who leads. Let the Iron is second, coming into the braking zone. This is now up 8 out of 16, so we are halfway through. And thank you for tuning in to Gavra Racing Clio Cup round 4. I was going to say round 5 there. Round 4 here at the legendary Le Circuit Bugatti, which is the infield track here at Le Mans. And Bessar is the leader at the minute with an 8/10 gap. It's just extended out slightly to Let the Iron. Now 9/10 gap, just extending out. And Let the Iron has got to try and sit within a second of him. Of course, no DRS going to be used on the straight, because this track not only doesn't have DRS, and these cars obviously don't have DRS because they're not F1 cars either. But Bessar is out in front in the driving sideways rain here at Le Circuit Bugatti. Anything happening further down the field of no? Matteo is kind of closing again on Two-Stroke Germany, I think, and in fact, I thought we were seeing overtakes there between Steve and Manic. I do apologise, it was the warning sign on the right hand side of their names coming up. Lap 9 about to begin. Lap 9 has just literally begun there. Bessar leads with a second gap. He's extending that gap out currently. So Let the Iron. Jake Martin dropped off another second that last time around. And Bessar with the fastest lap of the race. The first 59, I think, of the race. So Bessar with the first 59 of the race. 59.8 compared to Let the Iron's 2:06. So clearly, Bessar beginning to excel in these conditions as we are more than halfway through the race. But Bessar leading the way. It's 8/10 the gap. Let the Iron is second. Again, braking late into the braking zone, but that's going to run him out wide of the corner. Bessar, though, he caught in the apex slightly there. Oh, apologies about that. I had to have a little sneeze there. But Bessar leading the way. I didn't want to broadcast that either, so that's why I'm muting the mic. Jake Martin just running wide there slightly. Just a little bit more time, but Bessar leading. 7.5 tenths the gap. Let the Iron in second. As Jig Martin in third. It's pretty much the same as it was. Randall has been losing time, and Steve Boldham. This is essentially the battle for the championship lead here. Obviously, Steve Boldham is going to be still in the championship lead, but still, this is what we could see before the end of the. Hopefully, before the end of the championship season. And it's Steve trying to go around the outside there. No, he's not. He's trying to jump down the inside of Randalux. Not going to work. Bessel's about to reach lap 10 with a decreasing margin because Led Behind has begun to get him. Oh, Randalux runs wide. Steve Bottoms up his inside. Wind him off slightly. You don't want to really go side by side through there, to be honest. I'm not sure. It's a bit 50-50 that one, whether we would have got the move done. Obviously, everyone will look into that. As Bessar begins to come under attack from Led Behind, and Led Behind really wants to seal this win here tonight. As I mess up my iPad a little bit with the I'm trying to get the race winners from this season to give you interesting. Led Behind has won this season, Bessar hasn't. So Bessar could become our 4th individual winner of a race in Gavra Clio this season. And currently it's looking good. Multimouth, by the way, leaves the session after turn 1 contact. It looks like he got involved with that Steve Boldham incident further down the field. Of course, from what I've covered anyways out on track, the driving has been relatively clean, which is good to see, and I of course want to broadcast as much clean driving as possible to promote Gavra. Somebody has just been reset to track. Matteo? Was it Matteo that got reset to track there? Sorry, I think it was a bit of lag actually. Just saw on the mini-map, somebody just jumped forward and back. I was thinking to myself, somebody gone off and been reset to track? That's me. But Bessar, 6.5 tenths. Not losing much time. Let the iron quicker through these corners though. Taking it nice and flat, applying the throttle nicely. Now revving into the red. The RPM being reached. 900 and a 2-minute flat. Dead lap from Bessar. Very good indeed. So we've now got 5 laps to go. Lap 12 out of 16 and Bessar leads from Led the Iron. Duke Martin has dropped off. Steve Boldham has pulled a second away from Randalux in 4th. There's Randalux. We'll go on board with these two actually. There's Randalux and there is Steve Boldham. And Steve Boldham going through the corner, I should say, in Randalux. With Chitruck Germany trying to get involved on Manic. Bit of a slow one out there by the championship leader, Randalux. By Steve Boldham, I should say. Now 4 tenths of the gap. Randalux trying to go down the inside. Not quite. But the battle for lead still hots up. Bessar Led the Iron at the minute, hotting up. I'm just going to attend to a message at the minute. But Bessar leading 6 tenths, running wide slightly. That'll just give him a bit more buffer coming out of the corner because he's got a much better run compared to Led the Iron, who's now again 6.5 tenths down. Very close for this lead battle at the minute. And I've just realised my airplane mode's on my. Oh god, dear me, don't want that to happen. But there's your current race leader, Bessar, doing sterling stuff out in the front end, out in the vanguard. Bessar leading Led the Iron, and I did say at the end of practice I would. It's looking good so far from Bessar, looking really good from Bessar at the minute. But Steve Boldham producing pretty much a game performance, coming from 16th to 4th. Well, 15th to 4th, but 16th to 4th for Steve Boldham. 12 positions gained, or 11 positions gained if you read into it. Fantastic from the championship leader at the minute. Really, really good stuff from the championship leader. He's up to 4th, and he deserves credit for being up there in 4th. Especially after he was involved in some contact as well. Earlier on, coming into turn 1. But Bessar, 1.1 seconds, that gap has just extended out. It has led the iron beginning now to lose touch to the leader, and I think that might be the case because he is losing time. The iron braking later than Bessar, once again going to the left-hander, the hairpin. Front. The iron is in 2nd, Duke Martin's in 3rd. We've got 4 more laps to go. On lap 13, Bessar running wide there, running very wide. Now let the iron can try to close him down. Not going to close him down because Bessar got a much better run out of the corner. Manic and Two-Truck Germany getting quite close here for 6th and 7th in the meantime. Let's bring you back on board the battle further down the field. And it is Manic being attacked by Two-Truck Germany. And there is Two-Truck Germany in behind, having a much better race this time around. Showing, I think, what he can do. When his mind puts straight, he's going down the inside here on Manic. He broke so much later than Manic. Thought he was going to commit the move, but I think good job he didn't, because I think there would have been a lot of contact there between both of them. He's now trying to go down the inside this time. Manic again cuts him off. I think Two-Truck Germany's got to watch out for his braking zone. He doesn't want to overcook it into Manic ahead of him, and he tries to go down the inside here at the second last corner. There is contact made. Manic just coming across him slightly. I think Manic had every right though to do that. Come on to lap 13, 4 laps to go. Bessar led the Ironers more than a second the gap. And it's looking good at the minute for the leader. He's led the Iron in 2nd. You may as well call me Mystic James at the end of this race if Bessar wins. He's looking good at the minute. I'm led the Iron in 2nd. Two-Truck Germany, ooh, again, lay on the brakes. On the back end of Manic, trying to go for the move, not quite happening there. Just watch out for this, because this is going to be a really intriguing battle. And watch out for Matteo as well. We've got battles also with Pure Drive and Lek, who have been quite close to each other throughout this race. Just going to briefly go on board with the comment section, because we've just seen another comment come in to the comment section. Oh, it's Bullboy. It's Bullboy coming in, one of my fellow co-owner from GHL. Brotherhood Racing, at Brotherhood Racing on Twitter. Pure Drive leading the way, but with 3 laps to go. It's Bessar who leads, 1.8 seconds from Let the Iron. Duke Martin in 3rd, Stephen 4th, and I may just point out that Two-Truck Germany trying to go for a move on Manic. A little bit of contact made, but side by side they run. Manic just coming across the line. I think Two-Truck Germany's got the speed. He'll have the car. I think he'll have the brakes around the outside here. Two-Truck Germany just going to make contact, are they? Two-Truck Germany later on the brakes. And Manic's contacted him. Manic down the inside. I think there was no room at the end there for Manic. And now Matteo gives him a bit of a bunk up. He was trying to go around the outside of him. Now down the inside of him, Matteo. And now Pure Drive. Weird line there from both of them. Pure Drive and Lek coming through that corner. We are on the final 3 laps, and Bessar now 2.5 seconds clear from Let the Iron. Clearly going great guns out in front. Back on board with battle for 7th, which is now essentially turned into a 4-way battle for 7th, which is Manic, Matteo, Pure Drive, and Lek, sorry. We'll go on board with Pure Drive. You can really sense the conditions that these drivers are having to face tonight going on board with these guys. No outbreak. Pure Drive. These camera angles aren't controlled by me, by the way. I may point that out. As Matteo's just dropped 2 positions. So Matteo drops 2 positions. And there he is. Now down into 10th place. On the back, as Manic just runs slightly wide there from 7th. Running slightly wide, but a second the gap. Pure Drive, Lek, Matteo. 3 more laps to go, including this one. Oh, and Lek running out wide. Here comes Matteo down his inside. Matteo Side by side, they come out the corner. I think he's just got the speed, but here comes Lek. Lek now going for the move down the inside. Got him. I think Lek could have him here. Mateo down the inside, doesn't want to come in over much. A bit of contact made on the side of the car. They just stay within track limits. And Lek, I have a feeling there's going to be more contact. Just coming across his line slightly there. He is in Hamilton's car, and I do think that is Nicholas Hamilton's car and not Lewis Hamilton's car. That is Nicholas Hamilton's car, I do believe, that they are running in the Monster Energy livery there. But Lek, we're under attack. Here comes Pure Drive down the inside of Manek. Oh, I thought he was going to try and go for the move there. But currently Bessar out in front. Quite a lot of spray being kicked up there. I think I'm from Steve Boldham or Randalux. Randalux has dropped down to 5th. Oh, he's lost time to Steve Boldham, I should say. He's lost time to Steve Boldham, so just ignore that. Coming onto lap 15, these guys, but we're already on lap 15. 2 more laps. Bessar's out in front. He's pretty much got this. Given that he just needs to keep him within the white lines and not spin or crash or do anything of the sort. Bessar out in front. My prediction, if you go back on the end of the practice session, my prediction for the race win was Bessar. Mr. James. Do better with these predictions in Gavra than I do for GHR predictions for F1. Which is not great. Ooh, Pure Drive trying to go down the inside, and I think Mateo's trying to go down the inside there on Lek. Coming to a crescendo. Four-way battle for 7th in the Clios. 7/10 separating. Manek, Pure Drive, Lek, Mateo. I think Pure Drive could have the opportunity out the corner. There's a little bit of time. They're split now into 2x2, like Noah's Ark they come. Into the double right-hander, turn 6 and 7. Ooh, Mateo's coming from a long way back. And there's contact in the rear end. Coming from a mile back, trying to do a Daniel Ricciardo-esque there, but not quite. As Manek comes under attack on Pure Drive. He's trying to recover after that drive-through penalty, of course. Down the inside, later on the brakes. Much later on the brakes. Careers it down his inside. Side by side, they've only got him. Lovely move that is by Pure Drive. Really nice. Manek getting caught flat-footed off the corner. Here comes Lek as well on the back of him. Lek. Ooh! Make contact there. There must have been a little bit of contact, or he's just caught the curb or something. Because Lek, all out of control. Honestly, I think he was trying to do more rallycross than driving in the wet. We're on the final lap, by the way. Bessar's 3.5 seconds in front. He's pretty much got this secure now. Let the Iron's going to be on for a 2nd place. And we are going to have our 4th, yes, that's right, 4th individual winner this season. Randalux and Two-Stroke Germany are quite close ahead in 5th and 6th. Two-Stroke Germany under the braking zone. Not attacking him. There's Steve Boldham, current championship leader, who will remain championship leader at the end of tonight. Go back on board. Pure Drive now beginning to pull away from Manek and Lek in behind. Lek's going to get him here, I think, down the inside line. He's got the momentum. He's got the momentum. Ooh, it's just Manek pushing, coming across his line slightly there. I think he might have been to blame for that one. They're side by side. They've got to keep it clean. I know it's the final lap, but they've got to try and keep their cool here. They don't want to lose their cool at all. As Lek down the inside line. Oh, Mateo. Manek, and there's more contact. Bit shoulder barging. Bit more contact going on. Lek's coming across him. Don't know what's going on between these two. But Manek sounds it down the inside, not making the corner at all. He's got to let Lek go through, and Lek is through up into 8th. That was never going to work for Manek. By the way, there's our race leader. He's about to come round the final 3 corners, and this is an easy win in the end for Bessar, who has dominated this race. He didn't have it all his own way. But Bessar now, coming round the final corner, he is going to win. Flash of the lights. Bessar's the 4th individual winner here in Gavra Clio Cup. He wins here at Le Circuit Bugatti. Let the Iron comes across the line in 2nd for his 3rd. His 2nd podium of the season. Duke Martin across the line in 3rd for his 1st, I think that is, for Duke Martin. Steve Boredom, championship leader, comes across the line in 4th. Two-Truck Germany's got past Randalux on the final lap. He's up in the 5th. Best result of the season for him. Randalux in 6th. Pure Drive has had contact. He's run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel. And Manic gets 2nd. Lek gets 8th. Matteo 9th. Pure Drive's run out of fuel. He gets 10th. Unbelievable things. GGDM, driver that I've never mentioned tonight, he's going to come across the line 11th. He's going to get his 15 seconds of fame here. Running wide in the background, King Quinn as well in 12th. Jukebox Hero on 13th, and Percy's going to be coming across the line in 14th. There are yellow flags. Jukebox Hero across the line in 13th. We just wait for Percy to come across the line in 14th place, coming through the end of Sector 2, Percy is. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that race. We will be coming off the stream very shortly. If you do have anything to say, let me have a look. That makes sense when I put in 17 laps of fuel, we do 16 and I'd run out. I got played by Project Cars. Oh dear. That is not great at all for Pure Drive. That is really not great. Hopefully he comes back better next week in the Nürburgring at night. Nürburgring Sprint, that is, not Nerdschleife. That's just me. Percy across the line in 14th, ending off. It's been a fantastic race. There's a rundown of the results. Bessar, it's not a British track by the way, Le Mans Bugatti at the top there. Bessar on top, Led the Iron in 2nd. Duke Martin in 3rd. There's your top 3. Steve Boredom, Two-Truck Germany, Randalux, Manic, Lek, Matteo, Pure Drive your top 10. GGGM, King Quinn, Jukebox Hero, Percy, 13th and 14th. We also had Motormouth, and we also had Big Smoke's Cheese as well, who will not be classified in the results. So they get 15th and 16th if they were being counted in the results there. But that is your taste of Clio Cup over. If you want some more action and whet the appetite, there is 8 more laps to go in Gavra GT4. Kieran McGinley is covering that, my fellow TTG commentator, so give him some support there in the comment section. I'm going to be watching that now as well. Thank you though for tuning in for Gavra Racing Clio Cup round 4. We're off to the Nürburgring Sprint track next week in the night. Same Clio Cup. Steve Boredom remains on top, with Randalux likely to be holding on for 2nd as well. From me, JimSaid14, I bid you farewell. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.